Closed captioning for the Casey Malone Show is sponsored by Hunter Stevens Land Title Agency. Integrity, service, and commitment you can trust.
Oh yeah, Casey Malone is serving up local. It's time for the stories of our region, the tastes, the sights, the sounds, and the people in and around the valley. Get ready for some local flavor on the Casey Malone Show.
Today we visit the kitchen at Love Soup, and I prepare a strata with kale and cheese. It's perfect for brunch. But first, your loved ones are always with you. Thanks to Mill Creek Memories. Well, I'm here at the worldwide headquarters for Mill Creek Memories. And Terry works for Mill Creek, and this is an amazing business. You know, Patty, who started the business, called me and was trying to explain what was going on. And she's like, don't you know what a MIDI is? And I'm like, no, I'm a square, didn't know what a MIDI was. But it stands for Moments in Time. And, you know, talk about this, because I think this is a terrific product. I really do.
It really, really is. So I didn't know what a MIDI was at first, as we started talking about Mill Creek Memories, and when it was just first a little idea. I didn't even know what a QR code was.
I know. I mean, really, this is not for, you know, you've got to kind of have a smartphone.
Exactly.
To enjoy this. That would be the only requirement you have.
Right,
correct?
And everybody has one now.
Right.
Everybody has one now. And Patty really, truly is the brains behind all of it. Her idea came from being a hospice volunteer and wanting to preserve memories and really be able to give memories as a gift to people, which I just feel like is so beautiful. And going back to what a MIDI is, a moment in time, being able to take a QR code and put it on something and being able to give it, putting it on this little piece of plastic, really?
I mean, really,
That's
think
the
about
MIDI.
that. And so, you know, and there's so many applications for it. Right. You know, there's bracelets, the keychain, the necklaces, the bunnies, and, you know, the stuffed animals, even ornaments, you know, in a Christmas time. And it's not only for those that have passed.
Right.
You know, I mean, there's so many ways to use that.
Right. It's
for the living.
The MIDI is it's actually a separate little product that we sell at Mill Creek Memories. The bracelets, the Christmas ornaments, the teddy bears, these are all products that we can put the QR codes onto.
Right.
The MIDIs can go into cards, they can go like on the gender reveal invitations. Right. The whole thing that we're actually creating is the memories that we can give inside the QR codes, and nobody else is doing that. The videos that go inside the QR codes.
It's
so
crazy.
Beautiful.
I mean, okay, so we've got to explain this because I got to show you what we did. So, all right. So Patty asked me to send her a video. Look at this. It's adorable. It's Celtic. Okay. And you know, VEG, my dad, 100% Irish. So you guys have seen this video before because I show it every St. Patrick's Day. So look, now, this tarot.
Yes.
Now I get my phone and I have to open it up and then I go to my camera. So I go like this, see, and I think I'm blurry. There you go. Now Mill Creek Memories comes up. See, it's yellow and I hit it. There it is. There is my memory, my dad. Now look. Oh, I gotta turn it up.
Dad used to sing at Irish weddings a long time ago. And the name of the song is The Damsel Only 19 Years Old.
So, now this video is 18 years old. But look at it, he's right there. Dressed up so grand, and I can sing with my dad. She said she was a damsel only 19 years old. Isn't that awesome? I love it. So, my dad is always going to be with me. I mean, that is so cool. So I got one for me, of course. And my sisters, don't tell them, they're getting this too. And I just think that is just such an amazing gift. I absolutely love it. And then you were showing me another good idea is, you know, think of all the things you can do this in the applications. The memory cards.
Yes.
For those that have passed. And you know, you always get the card when you go to the funeral home
Yes.
or you go to the service or the memorial. Well, now, if you have something for your loved one, and it could just be audio, right? It doesn't have to be video.
Exactly.
And if you just have their voice or something they did, or
Sometimes
you know,
a last voicemail.
right?
Yeah.
You could put it on the card. I mean, that is so cool.
And one thing that we've been
We've
able
got
to
to
do.
show this
yeah,
one.
absolutely.
This one's really cool.
This is, I'm biased, but this is my favorite one because this is my aunt. This is my Aunt Sally. She's our spokesperson for our brochure for these in particular.
So you have an example with good old Aunt Sally.
Yes.
She's
Yes.
gone, but not forgotten.
That is true.
So now what is this? How did that work? So you have the QR code and you have all loving memory.
Yes.
So let's see Aunt Sally.
Okay.
Let's see what she's gonna
This
do.
is the video of Aunt Sally, and I just have to get it focused.
Okay, there it is.
There it is, and just comes right up.
Look.
There she is.
What a great memory.
And we have that forever.
And you've got this whole operation where it takes the code and then it applies to
Takes the
whatever
video,
is applicable.
puts it in the QR code, and we make the product.
I mean, that is crazy.
Yep.
And it's done immediately.
And we send the product out to the person, and they have their memory stored there forever.
Oh, wow. I mean, I just think it's amazing. I do. And I just love all the creative ways you could use it. I really think people, you know, that are watching are probably like, well, you know, you could do this too. But your mind wanders with so many ideas.
Yeah. And that's kind of what we do is sit around and think of new ideas. We've got the stuffed animals for kids who maybe even have lost a pet or lost a parent. I mean, that video when you
And
first
with
got the
these
puppy.
iPhones, you're right. I mean,
Yes,
everybody
has
taking
one.
movies now.
Yeah.
I just think it's a great idea, and it's a great local business, of course. Mill Creek, we're right here by the park. Mill Creek Memories, and I just think, you know, it's a great product. I really do. I love it. I've got my dad on my keychain forever. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
Kamara Jewelers is the place to buy an engagement ring because we want a relationship with you that lasts a lifetime. Your commitment with her is the same commitment we have to you.
We want to sit down with you and teach you about diamonds so you're educated on what you're buying. We have the largest selection we ever have, which is the largest in the area, and at the best value. And if it's not something in our case, we could always custom make it. We can make any dream come true.
Get real, get Kamara.
Rulli Brothers has a great choice of quality cheeses. We use our relationship with Old Road Houses to specially select the product and then have it custom cut and packaged by our own local artisans. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available. Given is living. Join the Isle and Purple Cat family. Employment opportunities are available at $13 an hour. Given is living.
I'm all about local, and my bank is Farmers National Bank. Farmers is the true hometown bank in the Mahoning Valley, standing strong for our local families and businesses since 1887. Farmers is also future-focused with a lab branch, interactive teller machines, and best-in-class mobile mortgage app. We've all learned the value of local relationships, businesses, and communities. Switch to Farmers.
You better come on in my kitchen.
Today I'm going to prepare for you a strata, which is a great brunch dish when you're having people over or you want a little special breakfast. A strata hits all the notes. It's got bread, it has vegetable, eggs, cheese, and it comes together really nicely. Bakes for about an hour, and it's a really nice presentation. So we'll get to making that. And I also have a great brunch cocktail that I borrowed from my dear friend, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Really, he's not my friend, but I did borrow his recipe, and it is a pomegranate margarita. Oh my gosh, it's so delicious, and it's so pretty with the color and stuff. So we'll be making that too for our brunch guests. For this recipe, you'll need 1 bunch of kale, rinsed and stems removed. Comes to about 4 cups. 4 cups of day-old bread with crust cut into inch cubes, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, 2 tablespoons of whole grain or Dijon mustard, zest from 1 lemon, 1 teaspoon of salt, few grinds of freshly ground pepper, 1.5 cups of whole milk, 4 eggs, and 1 cup of Gruyere cheese. In this pot, I've got a steam basket and about 1 inch of water. So what I'm going to do is soften up this kale. I'm gonna put this in, and remember, it really shrinks down once it gets steamed. So I'll put the lid on it, and once it starts boiling, it'll be about 5 or 6 minutes. We don't want it to get too soft, but we do want it to have a little texture. So I recommend like an Italian or a rustic bread, even whole wheat. And of course, I don't have day-old bread sitting around. So what I did was I cubed it, and then I put it in the oven on a cookie sheet for about 15 minutes on 350. And now it's really nice and firm, and it'll be perfect to make the strata. So that's how I got that bread going. So now I am going to add these ingredients. Let's see, we're gonna start in this bowl with the mustard. Now it says whole grain or Dijon. Guess what I found? A whole grain Dijon mustard. So I covered both bases. So we'll put that in. I'm gonna put the salt in, the olive oil, and I'm going to put this really makes the difference, the zest of 1 lemon. Don't forget about the pepper, a couple grinds there. And I am just going to whisk this together. And so now we are going to add the milk. And I'm going to add the eggs. And then we are just gonna whisk these together, and this will just sit on the counter as we wait for the kale to finish steaming. So the oven is preheated to 350, and this is about the consistency you want in the kale. And that's nice. I got all those really woody and heavy stems out. If you're not a kale fan, you could probably do spinach, colored greens. You know, there's a lot of different greens you can use. But I think the kale holds up because now it's gonna be getting baked. So I'm just chopping this up into smaller pieces. Now, you could grease your pan if you want, but I'm just using the parchment paper. It's cleaner and easier. And then I'm gonna add all of this to the pan. We're gonna add the cheese. Oh, it doesn't wanna come out. Come out, my little cheese. Now, if you don't like, you know, Gruyere or Swiss, I mean, you could use cheddar, you can use whatever you want. But we are just by hand gonna mix these together. So now everything has been evenly distributed. And now, we are going to add the egg mixture. Now this will really tamp it down a little bit and just evenly pour it all throughout this beautiful dish. And we have all the bread cubes sucking everything up because we made sure they were nice and firm. And sometimes it might bake over because it will rise a little bit. So I'm gonna stick this in the oven and start checking it at about 50 minutes. But make sure you put a cookie sheet underneath in case it does bake over. Well, while we're waiting for the strata to come out of the oven, why don't we make the Rocks cocktail?
Why not prepare?
What do you think about this?
I love it. I think it's a great idea.
It is so delicious.
It's nothing more I think about in the morning as I prepare for my breakfast.
What am I
than
going
a
to
tequila
do?
drink, yes.
No, this is really nice for a brunch. The recipe I have online is for a single serving, but since you're joining me, okay,
let's
so
make two.
Let's make a double.
Sure.
All right, so we're going to start with white tequila, and it is 2 ounces a person.
So that's 4.
So it's 4, and then there we go. Drip. And next we have got the pomegranate juice, and we are going to do 2 ounces. See, I can't see real well. I need my cheaters.
Yeah, the 2.
These numbers are too little. And then I'm going to put in the fresh lime juice. Now it calls for 3/4 of an ounce. I mean, come on, Rock, make it just whole,
so
right?
That's 1.5 ounces.
Ounce and a half. All right. And then, last but not least, a pinch of salt. So I'll do 2.
That's
and I'll
smart.
tell you, the salt really
Helps
is
open up the
necessary.
flavor.
And then 1 ounce of agave nectar. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. That was about 1 ounce. Love this stuff.
Something
Love
close.
it. Nice for cocktails. All right. So then he
Do you want me to shake
recommends.
it while you prepare the glass?
So what he wants is there's already ice in the shaker, and the Rock wants it shaken until the outside of your cocktail shaker is frosty.
It's already there.
Yeah. So
what would the Rock say about that?
I don't know, but you better start shaking. Pour it in our prepared glasses, already filled with ice. Look at that beautiful color. Isn't that pretty? And then the Garnet
Okay, little lime.
is a little lime wheel.
Cool.
Look how cute.
I like it.
Okay, so here you go.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, and let's cheers.
Cheers.
Must look each other in the eye.
Yeah, I taught you that.
I know, bad luck if you don't. And let's see, do you like it?
That is really good.
It's really refreshing. So, I'm gonna take my first bite, see how we did. That is really good.
Wow.
The cocktail and the strata are just
That works.
ideal.
Yeah, that works.
For brunch.
That
People
sure.
will keep coming if you keep serving them this good stuff.
And they won't go away.
They won't go away. Go to my website, CaseyMaloneShow.com. We have got the Rocks margarita on the rocks, and then we've got the strata with kale and cheese.
Delicious.
Recipes there. All right. Cheers. The Casey Malone Show will be right back with more local flavor.
I'm Elizabeth Bernard. For more than 30 years, I've provided our Valley with sound legal advice. My associate Jennifer Rigetti and I will be your legal representatives if you're involved in a car, truck, or motorcycle accident. Don't try to handle it yourself. We'll navigate the red tape of dealing with doctors, medical insurance, and all the obstacles that you'll face. Remember, there are no upfront fees on personal injury cases, and hiring a lawyer does not mean you have to go to court.
Call attorney Elizabeth Bernard, local legal experience for more than 30 years.
It's happening now. Construction is underway at Gabacam, a year-round destination for adults with disabilities and their families to get away, close to home, accessible to all, with no barriers. Donate now to Gabacam. Giving is living.
Rulli Brothers is way ahead of the competition. Check out Rulli Spice World, where you can buy bulk herbs and spices, plus candies, nuts, and fillings for pennies on the dollar. At Rulli Brothers Market, our family is in the store.
Well, you may remember the animal charity event that we covered, and Love Soup was one of the participants. And now I'm here at their world headquarters, the culinary center of the universe, McDonald, Ohio, in the Love Soup kitchen. Lisa, I cannot believe how versatile your organization is here.
It is a hybrid of craziness.
It is.
It is.
I mean, you've got Amanda on sweets, you've got BJ on everything else, and you organize this crazy caravan.
It is. It is my baby, and we kind of started 1,000 years ago in my house. I've always loved to cook. Grew up with a very ethnic family, and we'd spend holidays and Sundays together eating around my grandmother's big table. And I've always had a love for cooking, and it just sort of morphed into, hey, will you make me some wedding soup? Then I took soup to a friend one time, and it's just sort of morphed from that into this crazy animal that we have right now.
And what do you think your specialties are, other than the wedding soup, which looks amazing, and BJ's hot peppers?
I'd say soup is obviously one of our bigger sellers right now. It's chili, and it's Ohio. And wedding soup, of course, to Youngstown is a big deal.
What do you think your specialties are when you are sitting down for a consultation on a catering gig? You like the pastas, the chicken? What is it you really like?
Try and focus on center of the plate, the protein. You know, like Lisa mentioned, we don't go by menus. We go by what you like. If you had something last January in Maryland that you loved, that apple crusted pork tenderloin or something, we can do anything, and we do anything. You know, price point is not a big deal.
And what do you eat at home? I'd like to know.
Cereal.
What, BJ, if I go to your house for dinner, what am I going to be served?
There's 4 boxes of cereal at all.
And I'm going to check your skills out right now.
Please do.
Excuse me, before this gets cold. Bill, sorry, I don't know if there'll be any left for you. But this was beautifully done, just like I like it. Oh, man. This has got to be a popular appetizer.
It's a great holiday dish. Yeah.
This is delicious.
And now, you know, I'm sure everyone's been to the store. It's almost cheaper to eat out than it is to buy out.
I know. And then, you know, you've got all the ingredients here. Yeah. And I really like that you're doing a lot of on-site catering.
Yeah.
You know,
we do drop-offs. We do any kind of a party, anniversary, surprises. You name it, we'll do it.
Well, Amanda is the baking goddess here at Love Soup. And, you know, not everybody can bake.
It's true.
Are you a cook?
I am. I do have a culinary degree, but I jokingly say that I'm a terrible cook, that I would rather bake and do things like that.
I mean, because I am really challenged when it comes to baking, so I am impressed. I mean, you have all this dough. What are we going to make today? The pies?
Yes, they're cranberry orange hand pies with our little Love Soup stamper that we have.
Oh my gosh, they look beautiful. So, is this a regular pie dough?
It's very similar. There is sour cream in this one, unlike most pie doughs, but that's basically the pie dough with sour cream.
Would you make one for me?
I will.
Because then I want to eat it.
We have this little Love Soup stamp that one of our many wonderful people that are behind the scenes ordered for us. So we made pot pies, and we put them on the stamp too.
Sweet. So. Okay.
And with these, because they are a little bit smaller than normal hand pies, I try not to fill them too much.
Because it'll run out.
Right. And of course, we can't find our pastry brush for some unknown reason, so we'll just...
Well, BJ probably stole it.
He probably did. He hides things all the time, so...
So, you guys are all friends from high school, huh?
We are. We all grew up in McDonald. I mean, if you know McDonald, it's, you know, the booming metropolis.
It is. It's the culinary capital of the world.
That is true. You are right. So just put a little egg wash on it to seal it. Then you can take your fork, which I'm sure you know, you're the master in the kitchen as well.
Oh, yes.
Push these
Not
things
this.
together.
That looks so cute. Here, you know, I'm going to finish sealing it.
Oh, thank you.
So how long?
About 6-7 minutes, and you'll get one of these delightful little guys.
Oh, my, look how beautiful. This is a little holiday cocktail. You know, it's really not that different, but I thought I'd share it with you guys. And now that I know you're all, you know, bandies from, you know, McDonald High School, I think you need to loosen up and have a little beverage. So this cocktail is 2 ounces of vodka. Always use a measure, because you can get a little kooky when you just freehand pour. And then 2 ounces of cranberry. I like the one with no sugar. And then I did a fresh squeeze of lime juice, and that is 1 ounce. Here we go. I don't have my glasses on, but I can see. And last but not least, just a squirt to save the calories instead of a simple syrup. I've been using, agave nectar. That's like a teaspoon. All right, so I'm gonna shake this up. So you guys go to your class reunions together?
Never. Here it is, right here.
You know what? You should host one. So now this, I forgot my cranberries. But you could use that as a garnish, or a little rosemary,
Beautiful.
or,
friend.
lime wheel. And I hope you like it. And you guys,
thank you.
I am telling you, Love Soup is happening.
Thank you. Thanks for visiting.
I really appreciate it. And I know you guys are going
baby.
on to cater the world.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming and visiting.
I mean it.
Appreciate it.
All righty.
Salute.
Salute.
The Casey Malone Show is sponsored in part by Denise and John York and the DeBartolo Corporation.